What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Getting into this episode of YNR, Summer is so pathetic. It's sad. Like, it is super sad how pathetic this girl is. Like, your family, you know, is fighting for their lives right now. Nikki, Victoria, they're fighting for their life, and all you can worry about is your stupid ass wedding that shouldn't even be happening, honestly. I mean, even though it was Kyle's idea to marry her to save Lola, she should have done the grown up thing and turned it down. Why would you want to be in a loveless marriage? You know what I'm saying? For a guy that you know is not all that into you. Like, he's told you that, shown you that, and you still want to go through with this little bootleg wedding. Like, Abby, everybody's against it, obviously, for obvious reasons. But what irritated me a little bit was Abby really thought that Nick and Jack and Phyllis and all these people could talk Summer out of it. Phyllis is not trying to talk Summer out of it. She's semi-supportive at this point. Um, but I don't know what Abby thought Nick and Jack could do. First of all, Kyle and Summer are grown-ups. They're adults. What can their parents do? They can't force them not to get married. You know what I mean? Like, all they can do is talk to them. That's it. They can't force them to do anything. They're adults. So I don't know what Abby thought that was going to accomplish. But I mean, if Kyle's a grown man. If he wants to marry her and be stupid, that's on him. I get that he's doing whatever it takes to save Lola, but this ain't the route to go. But I mean, they can always get divorced later or annulled or whatever the case may be. They can always do that later. But I just honestly, I found Summer to be crazy selfish. Like, you're still gonna go through with this wedding when your grandmother and your aunt are on trial, and they were just convicted. So you're just gonna go ahead with this stupid ass wedding. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Um. So anyway, I'm not surprised that nobody cares for Tessa. Like, Tessa should have thought about that before she blackmailed people and did everything that she did. Now everybody in town don't like her. She does not have anybody to turn to other than Mariah. Like, even Nick was ignoring her, which was funny to me because Nick, when she tried to talk to Nick or whatever, Nick walked right by her and didn't say nothing to her, and he basically told Mariah, like, dump her. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, she's a problem. I really don't care for Tessa, to be honest. I really don't. She overplayed her hand. She shouldn't have never did what she did. You're not gonna blackmail powerful people in that town, wealthy people in that town, and think you're gonna get away with that, and think people are not gonna ostracize you and see you as the town pariah. Like, that's just not gonna happen. And clearly, that's how everybody sees her. The only one that's by her side is Mariah. Um, she ought to be grateful for that. Mariah even paid her bail and stuff to get her out of jail. Um, so anyway, Phyllis. So Phyllis is scared of Ashley, basically. Not scared of her literally, but she's scared that Ashley's new company is gonna dethrone Jabot. Because Ashley's new company, I guess, is getting a lot of buzz, and Ashley is a smart chemist and smart businesswoman, so she's capable. And that's what Phyllis is worried about. So her and Carrie need to team up to make sure they shut Ashley's new company down and bring Jabot back to the top. I want to know who Carrie is working with. I mean, the obvious one would be Victor. I mean, that would be Victor. That would be the obvious choice. Or she could be working for Ashley herself. She could be a plant. She could have been a plant from day one. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. I'm curious to find out who she's working with. Um, I can't wait until they get Phyllis the hell out of Jabot. She should have never been elected CEO. Definitely not. And I can't wait until Billy or Jack get her the hell out of there. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, we get the verdict. The judge has, got the verdict from the jury. And of course, it was a guilty verdict, which I figured it would be. I figured it would be because this was a hard case for them to win. Like, they already admitted, and there was evidence, and they basically already admitted to covering this up. So that right there, you knew they were going to get found guilty. Um, so of course, Christine does not want the judge to be lenient with Sharon, Nikki, or Victoria. Um, she wants the punishment to fit the crime. And of course, Jack and Billy and Mariah, they all spoke up. Nick, they all spoke up for the women. Talking about the good things that they've done. Nikki's health issue. What I want to know is during this trial or during the leniency plea, how come Mike didn't bring in Nate? You know what I'm saying? Like he should have brought in Dr. Nate to talk about how bad incarceration would be for Nikki's MS. He should have brought Dr. Nate in to also talk about how he had to treat Victoria for PTSD or, panic attacks. Um, because of the JT abuse. He should have brought in Victoria's therapist so she could speak on behalf of Victoria in their therapy sessions. Um, Brittany, she should have brought in some people from the GCPD to talk about Sharon and her work with the crisis hotline and her being a liaison and stuff and how integral she is to their department. Those are the type of people that they should have brought in to talk on behalf of the women. I think either they would have been found not guilty or at least the judge would have went easier on them with the sentencing had they brought these people in. You know what I mean? Because the judge could have heard from them. But damn, Nikki got 30 years in prison. Victoria got 10 years. Sharon got 3. I said, damn, 30 years. Nikki would be 90, over 90 by the time she gets out of prison, if she survives. So basically, Nikki's going to die in prison. Basically, because Nikki is about 60 or in her 60s, so she'll be about over 90 by the time she get out. I was like, damn. 30 years. And a person with MS and her health issues, there's no way she's going to last 2 minutes in prison, let alone 30 years. And Vicky got a whole decade, so by the time she gets out of prison, it'll be 2029, basically, 2030, basically, by the time she get out. I was like, damn, Sharon to be out in a couple of years, so she good. Sharon to be out by 2022 or 2023, so she's good. I was like, damn, all those years. But Victor gonna get Phyllis. He is. Victor gonna get Phyllis for this. Because remember, Victor warned Phyllis that if Nikki and Victoria go down, he was coming for her ass. So Victor gonna be on the hunt. He's definitely gonna be on the loose. And I can't blame him. Like Phyllis was trifling for that. I understand people were blaming Sharon and stuff for even snitching to Ray and all that. I get that. But Sharon had an opportunity to get a plea deal. And she didn't take it. She didn't take it. I mean, you got to respect that. Phyllis went in there demanding a plea bargain before she talked. They offered Sharon a plea deal and Sharon said no. Phyllis wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were going to ask for a plea deal, how come you didn't ask for a plea bargain for all of y'all? You know what I'm saying? Like, Sharon was smart enough to know that they were not going to offer a plea bargain for all of them. So Sharon said, nope. If I can't protect the other women, I'm not going to protect myself. That's basically how she went in there feeling. You know what I mean? Like, she could have easily walked out scot-free just like Phyllis did. And Vicky and Nikki could have took the fall. But she didn't do that. I do commend that. She was stupid for telling Ray anything, but that could have been tossed out had Phyllis not ran her mouth. And basically told Christine everything. All for an immunity. Plus, she was the witness for the prosecution. I was like, damn. So now basically Nick and Billy, they got to team up now. Michael's going to work on the appeals, but I doubt they're going to get an appeal. So Nick basically has to find JT because he feels like JT is still alive. I do too. And not just because Thad Luckenbell is coming back, but even if he wasn't, I would still feel like JT's alive because who moved that body? You know what I'm saying? Like, for all they know, even though they say he didn't have no pulse, for all they know, his pulse could have been really weak. That's why they didn't feel a pulse. But he might have still been alive, and I believe he is. waiting in the wings somewhere watching all of this play out. It wouldn't shock me. Um, but damn, 30 years. Good Lord. Um, I don't think they're gonna be in prison long though, because it shouldn't take Nick that long to get them out. Or Nick can buy another dummy mask or something like that and pretend to be JT or something. You know what I'm saying? But then he would have to get himself out of that mess. All of this is a fucking shit storm right now. Like all of this is just crazy. Um, I can't wait though for Phyllis to be taken down. I really can't wait. I hope Victor gets her good. I hope so. Because Phyllis is pissing me off. Like, if you gonna sit there and be a united front with these women, then you should have went all the way with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have been handed your punishment too, because they actually wanted to call the police, and Phyllis kept telling them, "No, don't do it, don't do it." Even though they're grown women, nobody could force them not to call the police, and they still went ahead with Phyllis's plan. But Phyllis did egg it on though, so it's like, come on now. You're the one that told them to cover it up. You know what I'm saying? So you should have sat there and took your punishment just like they took, just like they got. But of course, she had to coward, take the coward's way out, of course. Um, but anyway, this was a pretty good episode. I really want to know who the hell Carrie working for and what her plan is. Like, is she planning on taking over Jabot herself or handing it off to somebody? Like, what is her idea here? Because she's not only playing Jack, she playing Phyllis too. She playing both. So I wonder who the hell she working for. You know what I'm saying? That's the interesting part. But anyway, hope you all have a great day. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you thought about today's episode. I will see you all later. Peace.